I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Cheftaku joins us. Hello.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello, I am Cheftaku, the Magus Mentor of Modern Magic, and I'm here on this interview with Eric Loy.
Hey, I do appreciate you coming on. When did you get into this community?
I started getting into the community back in end of 2018, early 2019, I think.
So
Like
pretty
right
early.
before, right before the most people got into the VTubing
Mm-hmm.
in general.
Mm-hmm. And did you was it just something that kind of organically happened, or was there an incident that inspired you to do so?
A friend of mine started recommending me some VTubers, so I started watching them, and then about like a year or two later, I started getting interested in streaming at the same time. So I was like, this seems like a cool idea to get into, to try streaming and all that. So
So
here I am.
you were gaming before that, were you?
I wasn't doing much like content wise
Mm-hmm.
before that. I only started streaming in like 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It took a minute
Yeah, yeah.
to get everything set up.
So what are you mostly doing on stream?
I mostly play games. Sometimes I'll do co-working streams.
Mm-hmm.
I did try art streams a couple times, but not too often anymore. Uh, yeah, mostly just gaming and trying to. Oh, I do a lot of karaoke streams too.
Ah, there you go. So that's
Yeah.
so have you been always someone who likes to get up in front of people and sing?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I've always liked karaoke, and I've always enjoyed it just with other people because I always thought it was fun
Mm-hmm.
for a bunch of people to just sing without worry about anything like how good they are.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, well, the few times I've been out, no one's ever had to worry about the word "good" being used to anything I did. They just held their ears and prayed for it to be over as quickly as possible. But have you been able to, when you do these karaoke streams, what type of music are you using? Just all over the place, or what?
typically it depends on like the theme or the idea.
Hmm.
Like uh sometimes I have like special karaoke streams, and they're mostly just like special occasions. I'll try finding a special occasion
Hmm.
to make a karaoke stream.
Mm. And so,
So it could just be like love songs for Valentine's, Christmas songs for Christmas, whatever, really.
are they crooner songs? Are they pop songs? What type of songs?
Uh, just about anything, really.
So from
As long as I'm initially interested in the song in the first place,
uh,
and then I'll try it.
so you don't take requests.
I'll take requests from time to time. Sometimes the request will be a song that I cannot do
Yeah.
because I just lack the interest in it.
You just don't want anything to do with it. No, thank you very much. The
No,
uh,
thank you.
the games that you're doing online, what type of games do you usually stream?
Uh, I stream. I'm as like variety streamer as you can get,
Right.
but let's see. I've been playing just way too much games recently. I was playing V Rising. I play Phasmo a lot. I play Played Up from time to
Hmm.
time. I'll play Psychonauts recently.
Oh, that one.
Touched on Rabbit and Steel, Risk of Rain, Deep Rock, all kinds of nonsense.
So it's all over the place. Yeah. What's that? What is that
Yeah.
V1 V Rising? What's that all about?
Yeah. It's kind of like a top-down survival, kind of like Don't Starve.
Mm.
Except you're just a vampire and you're trying to build a castle while what's it called? You're trying to build a castle while gaining abilities and recipes to further your stuff.
Yeah, trying to keep the townspeople away from you.
Yeah, basically, or
Oh,
keep the townspeople, or keep me away from the townspeople, basically.
okay. Yeah, okay. That sounds like it could be fun to play. And it sounds like one of those that once you get into it, that you're really into it for a while.
Yeah, it's especially more fun with like a lot more people on
Hmm.
the servers because everybody can just run around, do their own progressions, kill their own bosses and all that.
So it's not just a single person game. It's a multi-person game.
Yeah, it just fully released recently, so
Wow. What have you looking forward to a game coming out that you'd like to stream?
uh I'm most looking forward to the remake of Paper Mario, That Was in Your Door. I've
That's
been I've been a fan of that game since I first played it,
Mhm.
and it's been my number one game. So
They go from a vampire to Mario to all these other games. You are all over the place.
yeah, just slightly all over the place.
Have you found it easy to keep folks coming back with going from game to game, or do they are they there for every stream?
I do feel like there are some streams where I get more viewers
Hmm.
depending on the game, but I do feel like a majority of my audience is like they follow me for hopefully me
Yeah,
and being chaotic in all my games. And yeah,
yeah. It,
I like to believe that they're there for me.
well, that's what getting an audience is about. And folks can get every once in a while you
Yeah,
get a big audience, but if they don't come back, it doesn't. It's nice to have, but then you kind of wondering what am I doing if I couldn't keep that audience here? They come back for you.
yeah,
They come back for you is what it is. The personality, and
yeah.
that does make a
I'm
difference.
very glad that they support me as much as they do because I wouldn't be here without them. So
Absolutely. Now you say you haven't done an art stream in a while. Have you always been an artist type person?
I've always been interested in it, but I could never sit down and like learn properly
Mm-hmm.
enough.
Yeah. I I never
I've
could
always
learn
been
any
able.
of it.
Wait, wait.
I couldn't learn any of it. So anybody who can learn. So you were kind of self teaching yourself.
I was using like online lessons
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. I there was one I was using before. I can't remember what it was called though.
Mm-hmm.
But it was teaching me how to like uh be more confident in my lines, draw shapes, and learn perspectives and all that. So
Mm. Yeah.
that was really helpful for a while. But I feel like a lot of my streams end up just being co-working streams where I'm just listening to art lessons, and I didn't really enjoy that as a streaming,
Mm.
so I stopped.
Well, you have to enjoy what you're doing too. And
Yeah,
I always thought with a lot of things that you do for an audience that you have to see that they have to see that you're interested in it. Otherwise, they're just like, why am I here? If they're not interested in
yeah,
it, why should I be interested in it? And it,
absolutely.
yeah, but that would be that would be tough to do. So if so, what did you kind of replace that with the karaoke, or was that going along side by side?
Uh, I feel like the art streams were more whenever I was like trying to find my groove, find my rhythm in streaming. So I tried a bit of everything really. I tried co-working, I tried art, I tried karaoke, I tried games, I tried just chatting streams,
Mm-hmm.
and I find that my the time I'm having the most fun is just when I'm playing with other people. So I end up most of the time I'll have like collab streams or in games, karaoke, whatever.
Yeah. Have you found a group of folks you can collaborate with pretty easy?
Yes, I have a quite a few friends who are regularly collab with me, and they're all really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me realize, like, I think one of my favorite parts of streaming now is just finding folks to play with and then showing other people like just introducing people to people and then getting groups together to
Hmm.
play stuff.
You're almost matchmaking in a sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
but
the friend matchmaking.
yeah. Well, you if you got to watch that though, you end up with two people that just don't match up, and you get the blame for that one, no matter what. But
Yeah,
it
sometimes it can happen, but
yeah.
I feel like most of the times, everything's chill.
Mm. When you when you're doing a collaboration with someone, do you find it easier to work with chat, or is it harder to pay attention to what chat's doing?
I feel like my chat, I feel like my chat is more considerate
Mm.
during collabs, and they don't talk as much,
Mm.
which is kind of sad, but I do appreciate it because especially whenever it's like more than more than just like two people, I can get a bit flustered. So
Yeah, yeah. You're paying attention to your co-players,
your collabers,
yeah,
the game,
collaborators,
and then the chat.
and then they have their chat they're trying to talk with too. But
Yeah.
your three-person collaboration suddenly turns into a six-person collaboration, and now you deal with all that. And you don't know what's going on uh, their chat feed either. I mean, they could be a whole different audience.
Yeah, very much so. Some of our so everybody I collab with is very different from each other, and everyone's so interesting and cool, and they have all their unique stuff, and their chats reflect that.
Hmm.
Sometimes one chat will be horrifyingly different to mine, and sometimes my our chats will be the exact same.
Yeah. Well, that's what one of the reasons why I'm doing these interviews is that everybody's got their own stories and everybody's got their own talents. Um, was entertaining something you've always wanted to do?
I've always I've always liked uh I've always just liked entertaining my family.
Uh-huh.
And then whenever I went to college, I started getting more friends in college, and we had this like area where you could play games and do stuff, and I always like showing people random things like in interesting areas in games, or sometimes if I had the skill I had in a game, or we just like to play together and talk together, and
Yeah.
I always thought it was just fun, and I guess that just extended into streaming for me.
Yeah. So was that really the thing that besides your friend doing it, it kind of got you into keep going, uh, when you started watching it, then you started doing it later. That kind of led you into that sort of thing.
Yeah. I've always saw like streaming as like something only entertaining people could do.
Hmm.
But then I saw some of my friends start out in it, and I was like, "Oh, this does seem really interesting, actually." So I started doing it myself.
I won't clip that out for your friends because it sounded like I thought only entertaining people could do it, but then I saw my friends do it. And I
Yeah.
realized, if they can do it, golly.
They can do it. I can do it.
And they're out there doing it. These guys are mutton heads. I can do this. They clipped at about the 13-minute mark, folks. No, uh, I know what you meant. But getting into it and getting into a new bunch of people. Have the people that you're collaborating with you met online, right?
Some of them I met online. Some of them are people that I've known in college,
Mm.
and but yeah, for the most part, they're online friends that I've met.
And it could be from anywhere. That's one of the great things about it is they could be across the street. They could be standing upside down on the other side of the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I love that.
yeah,
It's so cool meeting people of different cultures and finding out their unique things that they have.
and and common things because
Yeah.
if you're if you're playing a game with someone that's a common, and hopefully unless they're you're playing chess and they're playing checkers the other way around, it's it you've got something in common, then you can work off of that. And if you work as a team, I mean, there's somebody that you met that 20 years ago you would never have known existed.
Yeah.
It's a
I
pretty.
remember I remember meeting somebody that was pretty close to me, but I would have never met them if it hadn't been for streaming. So we technically met online, but we're like right next to each other.
You hear them in the other room. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
Is that me? Why am I getting feedback on this thing? The the model that you're using, did you come up with it yourself, or did you find someone else to do it for you?
Uh, I did have someone design it, but I had, and for the most part, the model was like in my head
Hmm.
for a long time, and I only ever used like Pie Cruise or Pick Cruise,
Hmm.
and my artist, I gave my artist like a really messy like idea sheet, and then she made this model out of it, and I love it so much.
Artists are used to that, I think. Here, here's some broken eggs. Make me a cake. That sort of
Exactly.
thing. But you, if you hadn't stopped with the art online, would that have been something you'd been interested in doing?
Uh, I feel like I feel like maybe, but I feel like a lot of the time, whenever I want to do art, I don't want to really show off a skill or something. I just want to give something to somebody.
Hmm.
So it always made art streams just a lot of either me learning quietly or me being distracted, and I didn't. It was just not. I don't think I would have been able to stuck with it
Yeah,
and stick with it regardless.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's another. People entertain in different ways, whether it's talking to someone online, whether it's a talking stream, whether it's karaoke. Each different way is a different facet that you're showing that you're confident enough in to show somebody else, and then you have to. Sometimes you get slings and arrows, sometimes you get kudos. Um, has that been something that you thought of when you were doing some of these streams?
Uh, I feel like I've never had the fear of being told that I'm bad at something.
Hmm.
I've always just had the fear of like, uh, I don't know, just disappointing people, I
Oh,
guess.
well,
I've always wanted to like, I never want to half-ass a stream.
right.
I never want to just like go into a karaoke and like just sing and start just mumbling through the words or stuff like that. If that and at that point, it's not. I just don't want to shame myself with the half-ass whenever I could do the best I could.
I can't wait for somebody to do a stream one of these times where they play the actual recording and just kind of try to lip sync it as best they can. Now that would be a stream. Go from like
That'd be
Mariah
an
Carey to
interesting stream,
Elvis or
yeah.
something like that. They're
I
so
feel like it'd be
talented.
easier with VTubing. There's a delay already, so
Yeah.
they can hide it.
They're so talented. Well, it's
Your
just
voice sounds naturally mixed.
it's
I
just
can't believe it.
it's just like growing up in the '70s and watching television. Anybody supposedly singing on television and not being anywhere near the words, and the mouth doesn't match anything that's going on. What do you got plans for your channel right now? Have you got anything special coming up?
Uh, nothing, nothing special coming up at the moment. I'll
Mm-hmm.
be on a trip soon, so I won't be able to do anything big.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a giant karaoke stream recently,
Mm,
and that was a lot of fun.
yeah, yeah. Have you got any things that are on the far horizon that you'd really like to do?
Mm, I would like
Look far.
I would like to have a second design for a model
Yeah.
soon, but that's like way later. For now, I'm very in the moment kind of person. I just want to grow my channel, grow my audience, and get new friends
Mm.
and help support them in any way I could.
Have you thought about doing some stuff with YouTube things, shorts or highlights, that type of thing to help promote your channel?
I have thought about it quite often before, but uh, I've always had I've always had issue learning things, especially just online.
Hmm.
So I never knew how to edit a video properly down to things, and I never know whenever I'm funny on stream to actually clip for a short.
Just to say random things. But sooner or later, one of them's going to hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Like shopping lists, something. Someone will. It'll go viral. Just stick it on the internet. Someone will like it. The sounds like to me that you've got a pretty good head on your shoulders as far as what you want to get out of the channel. Um, Always, you want to get more audience, I imagine. But is there any type of thing that you haven't done yet on your streams that you would like to try?
Hmm. I feel like I want to do IRL content.
Mm.
So even though my name is Chef, I've never done anything related to cooking for all my content.
Yeah.
So I do want to try doing like offline. I just like hand cam cooking streams or something. I've always thought I've always thought baking was a big part of my life, and I love doing it. So I
Yeah,
kind of want to try sharing it
that would be cool.
somehow, but I
That would,
never got to figure out how to do that.
and
So
that would be interesting. I've seen
like,
some folks try that, and and they're able to do it pretty well. It's the interacting with the community type of thing, where maybe they'll have a suggestion, maybe they'll find something, giving you an idea that you hadn't tried before.
yeah, as I've always wanted to try taking in recipes and learning probably like recipes from different cultures,
Mm,
and I've always wanted to try something like that before, but
mm. 'Cause I could do
yeah.
I could probably do a ham sandwich with maybe cheese if I really stretched it out. But I've got lots of cats, and once you bring out the cheese, they come running. Which,
I
when,
mean, I've I've had people who couldn't toast a toast in a toaster, so
the burn water type people.
yeah, burn water type people.
It's a true story. One time in my teens, I set fire to 2 toasters in 2 days. I think I'm in the.
My
Go
my
ahead.
cousin did that before, and I was very confused how it happened.
I first when I come back, I said, "What? It's been 15 minutes and nothing's happened with my bread." I go back and there's a little flame shooting out the top of the toaster. Oh, so we took that outside. The next day we had a toaster oven, and I put in there to toast, and nothing happened again. To come back, and the whole house was full of smoke because it got set on fire inside the toaster. I, I wasn't ready to move out yet.
Yeah, I can imagine most people aren't.
Not at that point specifically.
No,
Hey,
no, no.
Chef, I really do appreciate you coming on and talking with us, and I hope things go well. I hope you can get that stuff going with the cooking, 'cause I think that'd be really interesting. I think that folks
Yeah,
will
I
tune in for
can
that.
hope so too.
Yeah, so folks who want to check out, see what Chef's got going on, we'll have the links in the description for the interview. And once again, Chef Taku, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.